This one has been cooking, and I think it's about done. Chat, to close out the stream and to close out the week, it is time for Scott. It's time for Scott doing the Brazilian police pistol shield. And this one's kind of a long one, so we're going to be seeing some things. No, I do not stream on Saturday, Shofla. And I will not be streaming on Sunday this week either. So no stream on Sunday. I've got some things going on Sunday, so I will not be streaming on Sunday, unfortunately. So today will be the last stream of the week, and then next stream will be on Monday. So let's finish them off with a bang. Are we ready, chat? Scott, take us home.
What is that sound? How did they even get this out here? Who's in there? Hey! Who's in there?
Oh God, is he gonna come out a la Walter White right now? Oh, please don't. Oh, please don't come out all a la Walter White. Oh, thank God.
How's it going?
Oh, thank God.
What are you doing? Oh, well, right now, I'm about to enjoy me a nice can of SpaghettiOs with chicken meatballs. W, I never said you could stay out here. Well, you never said I couldn't. Yo, W! Shut the door, man! I got AC! Where's my protein shaker? Who was that? Nobody.
Okay, was that Scott doing an Arnold voice? I just think we heard him. Which probably just sounded really weird on the voice changer, but he was just doing an Arnold voice. And a pretty good impression of it at that.
Ain't nobody else in here, just me.
And Sorted, thank you for the follow. Hi, Reese.
Mr. Party Pooper! Scott, he's a loser! Listen, you gotta leave. And I don't know who else is in there, but they gotta leave too. Alright, I'll go. But like I said, there ain't nobody else in here.
Oh God, the Velociraptor.
Maybe a few days? A few weeks, maybe? I don't know, maybe. No. Next month? No. Maybe Christmas. Christmas? Hey, when you go into town, could you also grab some Mountain Dew and maybe some more Vienna sausages? All right, see you later. What one of y'all wants to watch Con Air? Doritos down here. At least invited me.
Thank you, Sorted. Yeah, tactical T-Rex flew the coop.
What's up, everybody? My name is Scott, and you're watching Kentucky Ballistics. And over the years, I have tested out a lot of ballistic shields, but today I have one that is more unique than anything I've ever seen. This is a Brazilian police pistol shield. So from what I understand, this is a new concept. It is a prototype that they are just now starting to test out in Brazil. This is not an authentic Brazilian police pistol shield. This is an American-made knockoff, but it is still pretty much the exact same thing. I actually saw one of these on social media, I believe it was Instagram, and immediately I was intrigued and I wanted to test it out. So pretty much this thing is made out of Lexan or polycarbonate. As you can see, it's about 1.25 inches thick, which is pretty darn thick. It utilizes a unique mounting system, and the slide is able to function through the polycarbonate. So you can see there's space there in between, so your slide can still...
Okay, I was wondering if there was going to be enough room to sight through it, but it definitely has an arch that you can sight through it.
Move. The only problem that I can see with it at the moment is I can't really stretch out my trigger finger, so I kind of have to keep that hooked in there. So this is a rather interesting concept and one that I am very excited to try out. I'm guessing...
Yeah, hard drive, it's gonna, cause it's like 1 inch thick Lexan, so it's at the very least bullet resistant. I don't know if you could classify it as bulletproof, It is certainly bullet resistant. And as far as its use case, like someone mentioned, it's like, if this is like for a tactical unit that's got like full body armor, like maybe this is just an extra addition. So, you know, if you're aiming the firearm, your face will, your face might get a little protected. Morose. Yeah, Sheamuson, I fully expect he's gonna cover its use cases. That's why the video is probably so long.
Guessing that this was made for high-risk traffic stops and other high-risk scenarios. You're already wearing body armor, but this should protect your hands and your face. Two things that you cannot cover in body armor. So today I have two questions. How much will this shield stop? And how will the Glock frame handle the force of the bullets hitting the shield? Will it hold up, or is it going to snap in half? There's only one way to find out.
Actually, what I'm curious about, which he may do in this video, how accurate are you going to be able to be with this Glock, with this shield on it? That's one thing I would be curious about, is how accurate are you going to be capable of being with that shield on it? Because while the sights look clear, I have to imagine having that Lexon, along with the edging of going, arcing over the sights, might screw up your sight picture. Might make it more difficult to get time on target. So I'm hopefully he'll look at that. As far as like what someone here said, hang on, let me put my shield up. My guess is they probably have these things in their vehicles already pre-assembled. So if they're at a high-risk traffic stop, they just yoink them, and instead of taking the firearm from their holster.
But before we get started, I want to say thank you to today's sponsor, War Thunder. War Thunder is the most comprehensive vehicle combat game ever made.
You can't have a normal.
It's now available for free on console.
You're not able to have your finger in a normal ready firing position off the trigger. He was saying you gotta kind of keep your finger inside the trigger guard, which is not ideal from a safety perspective. So.
Where incredibly detailed vehicles,
yeah, that's challenging for sure. But I mean, this also is made in Brazil, where they are probably not overly concerned about trigger discipline versus getting finger on trigger and pulling it as soon as possible, given that it is in Brazil. So Brazil undoubtedly gets in a lot more gunfights than the U.S. does. Yeah. Seamus, I just have it down for the ads while I'm talking to you guys. Once we get back to the video proper, of course I'll be putting the volume back up. Don't worry about it.
Which components were affected, and what ultimately led
possibly
to the destruction of the vehicle.
Possibly misfiring.
You can play War Thunder now for free on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox by clicking my link in the description down below or the pinned comment.
All right, you should be about done.
Players who have not played in the last 6 months will also receive a massive bonus pack across all platforms. This includes multiple
premium playing War Thunder right now,
Mark? Exclusive vehicle decorator.
Yeah, Chad has been bugging me to try War Thunder. Who knows? Maybe one day I will. Maybe one day I'll try it.
Days of premium account. This is only available for a limited time, so get it while you can. Again, a big thank you to War Thunder for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's go get back to it. So first things first, I just want to see what it's like to shoot this thing. I'm loaded up with 15 rounds of Underwood ammo, 115 grain full metal jackets.
Okay, so this should be interesting. Yeah, you guys, when you were saying that the weight of the shield might aid in recoil, I think you're right in that. I am not seeing a whole lot of vertical flip. It's all in the kickback from the slide. It's all the back push from the slide kicking back. The shield may be helping with that vertical recoil.
Wow. That functioned flawlessly. So I've been trying to figure out what this bulletproof police vehicle is actually rated for, and it looks like it will stop 9mm. It ate every single one of those. Just not rated for punt guns. I tell you what, that was actually very pleasant to shoot. This thing weighs so much that it puts weight on the front of the gun and pretty much reduced the recoil completely. That was pretty awesome.
Okay, just like you guys thought.
No!
Oh no.
Yeah!
Leave the poor rooster alone. He's just trying to feed his aluminum rooster family.
So when I'm shooting at this shield, it's going to be pointed at me. So we need to be extra safe. So as you can see here, there is no mag in this Glock and it is completely empty. Now I'm going to be putting this in a vice grip. So I am going to put this empty
Knox.
mag inside the Glock. And then here I have a chamber flag. This goes inside the barrel. So you know for a fact there is nothing in there, and I will close the slide on that. I'm putting the empty mag inside this so that I have a little more rigidity when I am tightening this vice grip down on it. So this needs to be...
By the way, I'm very glad to see him taking all these safety protocols. Showing the empty mag, showing the empty chamber, using a slide block, using a chamber block. I'm really happy to see all of these safety procedures taking place. Yeah. Scott is great about this. I love it.
Be able to move a little bit just as if it was in your hands, because if this gets hit with something, you're not going to be holding it like RoboCop. It's going to kind of move and flex. And I think, to be fair,
you know what? I don't think it has anything to do with YouTube rules. I don't. Scott has usually always been very good about weapon safety. He has always been very good about weapon safety, and in this particular instance, the Glock will be pointed at him. So this is a unique situation where the weapon will actually be pointed at him. And so it's the added safety precautions make absolute sense, well beyond any YouTube bullshit. So I don't think it has anything to do with the YouTube bullshit. It's just him being perfectly reasonably safe. I do think it is just that. It has nothing to do with YouTube rules.
that's what we need to happen today. So I get this tight, but not too tight. Now I will set up our mannequin behind the shield, and I have some synthetic hands. Think that looks pretty good. So up first, we're going to start out with 22 long rifle. This is a Smith & Wesson Victory, chambered in 22, and I'm loaded up with some 22 LR 40 grain rounds. This is not one of my favorite guns, and that's because I like big guns and I cannot lie. And if you do as well, be sure and check out my new shirts. There's a link in the description down below. First shot, here we go.
Dink.
All right. Wow. Okay. I was actually expecting more damage than that. I haven't had a lot of luck out of the polycarbonate, but that right there, that ate that 22 like it was nothing.
Yeah. Little chip, nothing.
So up next, we're going to step it up to 22 Magnum. This is a Kel-Tec PMR 30, and I'm loaded up with some 40 grain 22 Magnum.
Can I say, this Kel-Tec looks fucking cool. Let me back up. That's actually a cool looking gun. Hi, plug. Yeah, That Keltec is actually a cool looking gun.
PMR 30, and I'm loaded up with some 40 grain 22 Magnum. There we go.
Okay, that did a bit of damage there.
So from afar, this looks like we penetrated pretty deep. But if you get over here on the side, you can see that it did not do much of anything. We just kind of scratched the surface. So as of right now, it looks like you would be safe. Your gun, not so much. You can see right here that we were having a little bit of lead
Fair enough.
hit the front of our gun from this.
I mean, Phoebe, the Beretta 92F is a classic. When you think Riggs uses it in Lethal Weapon, aha, it is a classic.
Splattering. But I would say, so far, so good. So up next, we're going to step it up to something that's just as small, but moving very fast.
Grumpy, I'm actually thinking the 40 or 45 might be enough to knock to maybe get that shield moving. Especially the 45. I think the 45 might get that thing moving.
This is 5.7 by 28, and this is a Ruger 5.7.
Here goes the 5.7.
We'll try not to hit in the same spot twice.
That did some pretty decent. Didn't look like it penetrated that much.
Right there, you can see that we dug out a lot more of that lick sand with
Okay,
that
yeah.
shot.
Okay,
but
yeah.
we still did not make it through. And our frame seems to be holding up pretty good. So up next, we're going to step it up to 9mm. I have a Glock 19, and I'm loaded up with some Underwood ammo, 147 grain jacketed hollow points.
Oh, this is a hollow point. This might, okay, it's a hollow point, so this might do some damage with it being a hollow point. Oh, look at that.
So it looks like we had another good hit. I believe the 5.7 has done the most damage to this thing so far. Right here's our 9mm. Before we continue on, I want to see how our frame is holding up. Ooh. Okay, so it does have a little bit of play. A little bit of shake there, but
yeah, I mean that 5.7 cooks.
I don't think our frame is cracked or anything like that yet.
Yeah, Mark, I'd say it'd be a fair assessment that most criminals would probably go full metal jacket.
I'm actually pretty impressed, but now I'm going to throw it a curveball. Now,
I mean, it's a fair assessment that they use full metal jacket because chances are they're buying it on the street, and it's far easier for full metal jacket to make it to the streets because it is so cheap versus any kind of specialty hollow point kind of round, I'd say.
Naturally, my next step from 9mm is 45 ACP, but how about two 45 ACPs at once? This is my
he's
APF
doing the
dueler double barrel 1911, and I'm loaded up with 2 rounds of 45 ACP.
Okay, last time I saw him use the dueler, this thing wasn't terribly accurate. That's my biggest fear, is how accurate is this going to be? This should be interesting.
ACP, making this a 90 ACP.
The Lord's caliber, yeah, extra.
I'm going to be really surprised if I hit this.
Me too.
I don't know. So it appears I was shooting a little to the left. I missed this shield completely. And I would hope that our mannequin here was wearing body armor because got hit
the mannequin
there in the old shoulder.
I mean, Scott just discovered how to defeat the shielder. To defeat the shield is to fire the dueler because it's going to veer off.
I was aiming dead center and I hit very low and to the left. So let's aim high and to the right. Oh!
my god. Oh my god. Well, now that was unexpected. Yeah. Shit. I expected 45 to kick it, give it some kick. I did not expect it to shatter the fucking thing.
All right, folks, that may be a wrap for today's video.
Wait, hang on, I kind of missed it.
For today's video.
Oof, got it right there. Wow. Yeah, but he didn't hit it in a plot spout that it got hit
So I
before.
reviewed the slow-mo footage, and it's really hard to tell how many rounds hit the shield, but I'm pretty sure just one round of...
Well, let us review, chat. Let us review. We will go super slow-mo.
That may be a wrap for today's video.
Alright, chat. Let us review in super slow-mo. Let us see how many rounds we think hit. Oh, hang on. I think both did. No, only one did. You got 2 rounds here. You got this one. You got here's 1 round there. 1 round there. This one missed. This one missed because if it hit, it would have hit right here. This is the one you see the actual impact. Watch. See? This one impacted. This one, you can see it. It missed right there. It's right here. So this one went a little wide to the right. And this is the one that impacted. Yep, that's what I'm saying. Right here. You can see that one. It went a little wide and missed the shield. So it was only one that hit it. Yeah, here. So it's moving fast, but here's 1 round right here. My head's kind of blocking it. Hang on. There we go. Sorry, I didn't realize I was blocking it. You got 1 round right here. Here's the 1. Round 2 is right here. Round 1. Round 2. So yeah, well, I mean, you can actually see the second round flying by in the slow-mo right here. So that's what, so yeah, it was just this 1 round that hit. Which, still impressive, because it shatters it. Hard. Sorry, Moros.
So I reviewed the slow-mo footage, and it's really hard to tell how many rounds hit the shield, but I'm pretty sure just 1 round of 45 ACP struck the shield right here, and I believe we found its Achilles heel. As you can see in the middle here, we have this hole cut out, and it's created some weakness. So we hit right there, and then it busted this into 4 different pieces. The one positive is the round did not make it through the shield. The shield broke. But it did its job. It stopped the 45 ACP.
True
and Mr.
facts.
Mannequin here looks okay. He's got a little bit of shrapnel right here. And his hands, well, other than being sliced into by the zip ties, look like they're doing okay. And as for the Glock...
And Dizzy Dwarf, thank you for the follow.
The frame is still holding up all right. Okay, so I'm going to take what's left of our Lexan, put it in this vice grip.
Sadist? I was curious about that myself. I'm a little surprised he jumped from 9mm to 45 and didn't go with 40. I was a little surprised he skipped the 40 as well. I thought for sure that would have been next. 5.56 is probably going to tear right through that. It's in 5.56, shattered, I'm guessing.
And then place the mannequin behind it. This shattered, but we did not manage to penetrate it. So I want to see if I can hit this with a few more things and see what it's rated for. So we probably only have 1 or 2 more shots at this Lexan before it's completely shattered. So I'm going to go ahead and step it up to 44 Magnum. This is a Smith & Wesson model 629, and I'll be loaded up with some Underwood ammo,
Well, no, Shadowclaw here he did 5-7. 5-7 was like the third round that he shot, and it didn't penetrate. Yeah, the 5-7 was the third round that he shot. Sorry, you'll see it on the YouTube video.
300 grain 44 Magnum. All right, here we go.
Not 44.
Well, seems like I shot a little high, or not really my fault. He wasn't holding the shield up high enough. See, he should have been
God.
covering his face. Let me borrow this right here. There we go. Okay, yeah, now just take that. Just put that right there. There we go.
And now he's perfect for his anime debut. Because that's how they fix that's how they fix bullet wounds in anime. They put a little band-aid over it.
It's like it never happened. Round 2. Oh, cow.
Alrighty then. Well, that did not go as planned.
Okay, well, I want to say that shield is definitely not rated for 44 Magnum. Again, I do not think we penetrated that shield. I think all we did was make it shatter, because as you can see right here,
God.
looks like that's where I hit. But it does not look like we made it all the way through it. I think it just burst.
Well, Shadowclaw, here's the thing. I don't think of it as a joke. The shield is doing its job. Yes, it shattered on the 45 and the 44 mag. It did. However, as Scott is saying here, it didn't penetrate. It shattered it, but it didn't penetrate. So the human behind the firearm and the shield did not get hit with the round. So it is still doing its job, because in a firefight, let's face it, you're not going to stand there holding, you're not going to stand there holding your gun out with that shield attached to it, using it as a literal shield. It is and most criminals that you're not encountering in a firefight, the vast majority of your criminals are not going to have great accuracy. So it's not like you have to worry about them constantly shooting for your head the whole time. It's not a question of are they going to only shoot once. It's a question of how many times is their aim going to be at your face consistently, which it's likely not. So this is a way for law enforcement to basically, in the middle of a gunfight, be able to deflect that odd round that happens to get aimed right at their face accurately to protect them while they are simultaneously returning fire. And in that respect, the shield is doing its job. The shield is doing its job, even if it's shattering. Because while the shield is shattering, the officer who is wielding the weapon is firing back. And chances are the officer is probably a better shot than the criminal. Because most criminals are just are shooting fairly wildly. They're not great shots. So I understand the logic behind it. This is not Captain America. You're not using this literally to hold in front of your face and not do anything and just stand there and let the shield take it. You are actively engaging with the target, and this will protect you if you happen to catch a round aimed at the face. That's what it's for, and it's doing its job. Yeah, but Grumpy, it's not so much about maintaining, holding it steady and re-engaging the target, because you're engaged in a gunfight, and the shield takes a hit, and it shatters. And that's fine. The officer in question can can shift position or adjust, and then re-engage the target. So it's it's giving that officer basically an extra added layer of safety. You know, the officer can always adjust position and re-engage. And so and you know, one chance, that one chance is better than no chance. That's a fact. It's the one chance is better than no chance. So I get the logic behind it. It's probably awkward as hell to wield, but I understand the logic behind it.
So again, the shield stopped the 44 Magnum, but it detonated after that. It absolutely just shattered all over the place. So I do think that this shield would be good for smaller calibers like 9mm, 22 Magnum, but it seems like when you get past that, this just is not going to cut it. It's going to stop at least one round, but then you're going to...
Yeah, but Big Dog, the problem with the full shield is your maneuverability. Yes, you could have a full ballistics shield to protect yourself, but you don't have the maneuverability. And again, remember, we are talking about in Brazil. So, you know, a lot of times these officers are engaging teams, not individuals. So if you have the ballistic shield, you have less maneuverability when it comes to repositioning yourself if a bad guy is starting to flank you. And you need to get on the move. Ballistic shield doesn't give you that maneuverability. This little guy does, even if it is very limited in scope in terms of what it can protect. So
you're going to need a new shield after that. There is one other negative about this shield failing. I brought so many other guns that I wanted to shoot today, like 10mm, 357 Magnum, double barrel 10 gauge.
Oh my god!
50 BMG.
Jesus! Oh my god! That entire montage. Just...
Bang, 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 bang.
I would certainly expect so, Llama.
Well.
Big Dog, you missed a montage of him just breaking out a whole mess of big guns and blasting the shit out of the dummy, including a 50 BMG. God, that truck is so fucked up. Oh yeah, Jameson, that was a tiny barrel on that 50 cal. And he, like, hip fired the damn... did he hip fire it? Yeah, he basically hip fired the fucking thing. And man, did he beat the shit out of his truck. Oh, the pile! Destroyed the pile!
Alright, well I think that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought about today's shield in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed today's video, be sure and give it a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also be sure to check me out on all other social media platforms. Links to those are in the description down below, along with a link to KentuckyBallistics.com, just in case you want to pick up a new shirt. And as always, my name is Scott. Thank you so much for watching Kentucky Ballistics, and I'll see you next time.
I don't think it's the AK-50 now. that was worth the wait. That was worth the wait. Yeah, that was definitely not the AK-50. That was a stand. That was a Barrett. You can tell by the stock. That was definitely a Barrett. Wow, that was 100% worth the wait and letting it cook.